good. I am glad to catch up with you again, and today's discussion is about the role of nutrition in prevention and fight against cancer. October is the World's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and the WHO theme of this year is that give hope, save lives. Today I'm here to give hope to that patient who has cancer, to tell you that it is not over. We can still use diet to make a better change. And I want to tell that person who has not gotten cancer that you can use diet to prevent cancer. According to IARC Global Statistics, 1.38 million cases are reported annually of breast cancer. And there is 458,000 deaths that occur annually due to breast cancer. WHO reports that in the middle and low-income countries, the case of breast cancer is increasing steadily. These countries include Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, among others. And WHO reports that most of women who succumb to breast cancer, it is because either they lack awareness or they have barriers that prevent them from accessing the health facilities in good time. And so the cancer is detected when it is at later time, when little can be done to prevent or control it. What is cancer? Cancer is the uncontrolled division and spread of abnormal cells which occur due to change in the DNA of an individual. Naturally, the body has got its own way of regulating cell division. However, in the case of cancer, the body loses control over this division and spread of abnormal cell, and that results into this condition we are saying cancer. There are other types of cancer, such as leukemia, commonly known as cancer of the blood. There is also carcinoma, which is cancer that affects the cells of the skin and the lining of organs, such as the lungs and the liver. And then there is sarcoma, which is cancer that affects connective tissues, such as the cells of the muscles and the cells of the bones. There is lymphoma, which is cancer that affects the cells of the immune system, known as the lymphocytes. And there is the cancer of the central nervous system. This is cancer that affects the brain and the spinal cord. Ladies and gentlemen, even though I have said that the problem begins with the change in the DNA of an individual, there are things that trigger this change in the DNA. And the three that I want to talk about are very, very critical. One is the diet, two is lifestyle, and three is the environment. What is in your plate? What is in your fridge? What is on your shelf in terms of food? Are you taking too much refined foods, too much processed foods, too much fats, too much sugar, too much salt? And then these things are not good for your health. About the lifestyle, are you taking in too much alcohol? Do you exercise? Are you this kind of person who has too much stress and you're not managing it? Have you changed your sleep patterns such that they are irregular? Watch out these things. And third, the environment. The research has shown that toxins and parasites are triggers to change in the DNA of an individual. And one scientist by the name Carver in the year 2017 discovered that aluminium suppresses estrogen, posing a risk of breast cancer. We are taking in too much of toxins in terms of these heavy metals like mercury, lead, and others, in terms of food, water, or even the environment we stay. I want to urge us, let's be keen on what we eat as diet. Let us be keen on our lifestyle, and let us be keen on the environment we are staying in. These things can promote your health, or they can trigger the change in the DNA. Now, let's talk about malnutrition during cancer treatment. Most cancer patients do not get adequate nutrients. This is either because of the disease or the treatment, or how the complications that come during the treatment. For instance, these patients, some of them will present nausea, others will feel like vomiting, others will have diarrhea, others will have constipation, fatigue, and changes in taste. All these changes compromise with nutrient intake. And I realized recently that there are cases in which those who are survivors of cancer, they end up having imbalances in calorie intake. And you find they end up adding in too much weight and become overweight or obese. But this is not the case in African setting. In African setting, mostly it comes with undernutrition during cancer treatment. These cancer patients, ladies and gentlemen, they require adequate nutrients in order to fight infections, in order to maintain body weight, in order to tolerate the treatment, and in order to get the body's energy needs. Therefore, it is important to observe adequate nutrition for these cancer patients. Now, let us see which kinds of food can be helpful in prevention or fight against cancer. And I will say this: make natural food your closest friend, whether you are a cancer patient or not. Here I have a few examples of natural foods, as you can see, but there are many others that I have not captured in this demonstration today. But for instance, we have cucumbers, we have carrots, these are lemon, this is ginger, this is tomatoes, then we have oranges, and we have eggplants, and here we have pumpkin seeds. All these things are natural. I am very sure, because I have seen it. They are almost found in every household. And even if you do not grow them, they are easily found in the market at a relatively fair prices. I want to encourage you to embrace them. Carrots, for instance, are very rich in antioxidants. Antioxidants are substances that oxidize the free radicals or the free chemicals that are formed in the body. When these free radicals are not oxidized, then they become carcinogenic. But the work of antioxidants in the carrots and these other ingredients, even in tomatoes and in cucumber, they oxidize these free chemicals that would otherwise be carcinogenic, and making them now less harmful and enabling the body to eliminate them. And pumpkin seeds, for example, are very rich in zinc, and even they have protein. Zinc is a very important component that enhances the function of the immune system. In lemon and in oranges, we have vitamin C, which is a very important component of the immune system. In tomatoes, we have flavonoids, among other phytochemicals that are very important in fighting harmful substances that would otherwise be cancerous. And now here I have sampled a few green leafy vegetables. There are so many others. This is the cowpea leaves, these are kales, and then these are onions, the spring onions. There are so many other green leafy vegetables that you could find in this category, like pumpkin leaves, like African nightshade, and like spinach, among others. They are very rich in vitamin C, they are rich in iron, they are rich in phytochemicals. Embrace them for your diet. If you are a cancer patient, for example, you could make vegetable puree. Vegetable puree is you blend the vegetable, you steam the vegetable and you blend them, and then you take them when they are in that creamy paste or as a liquid. And you can also make carrot juice. There's a special kind of juicer that separates the juice from the pulp, because you do not need the fiber that will, if you are already a cancer patient, that is, would complicate the digestion process, and we just need the juice, which is very rich in the antioxidants. But for those who are not cancer patients, take these foods as they are. They are very rich. You can take them as whole, you can make juice out of it, you can make puree, you can mix them with other foods, among others. Other natural foods that I have not presented here include whole grains. They also include legumes, They also include nuts, among others. Another point I would say is that embrace variety. You can see I have variety even in terms of color. When you have different colors of food on your plate, then it is a way to tell you that you have maximized on different kinds of nutrients. But if you're just taking green only, or maybe orange only, that means that you are not getting other nutrients that could be found, for example, in the red tomatoes, or in this eggplant, or in this ginger. So embrace different colors. Another thing is that avoid too much fats, too much sugar, too much salt. This is a song I have been singing. By now it should be just at your fingertips. Another thing is that if you are a cancer patient, or you have a cancer patient and is suffering from constipation or diarrhea, encourage them to take plenty of water. And then if it is diarrhea, let them reduce on fiber, high fiber foods. But if it is constipation, let them increase on high fiber food. High fiber foods are things like whole grains and vegetables. And then also, if your cancer patient is having mouth sores, let them take soft foods. Foods that are not spicy, or the foods that cause them feel irritated. And if your cancer patient is feeling nauseated or vomiting, let them avoid foods that are greasy, food that are spiced, or food that have too much fats. Then also take plenty of water and embrace exercise. Do physical activity regularly, like every day, because this enables oxygen to be supplied throughout the body tissues, and therefore oxidizing these free radicals that would have otherwise been toxic and even cancerous in other cases. I want to encourage everyone that apart from this diet, or apart from food, there are natural things that you need to embrace that are good for your health. For example, sunshine, which is a source of vitamin D. And then you also need good sleep. You need to have some good time to sleep. You need fresh air. You need natural foods. You need to exercise regularly. And you need to manage stress to stay emotionally stable. And this will help you. So whether you have cancer, do not give up. Whether you do not have cancer, you have something to do to prevent cancer. All of us, let's spread the awareness. Let's support all those who have cancer, and let's take care of ourselves and our loved ones by preventing cancer using diet. This is all for today. Thank you for your time. See you next time. Bye.